Gongxi Fakai, everyone, which is a Happy New Year in Mandarin for the Lunar New Year. I'm wearing a shirt I bought in China a couple of years ago. You can't see maybe the Chinese flag, the Li Ling logo, very famous, kind of the Chinese Nike. Okay, all those pleasantries out of the way. Excuse me, I just now, whoops, I forgot actually. I just now sent you an email telling you about your essay that is just returned, your summary response. I actually did not release, I have to do something, the essay to you so you can see your comments. I have to get in there and click a couple of things that I forgot to click. I'm kind of clicking right now. So, right now, okay, your assignment is available to you. So there is a comment for everybody. Everybody received, information on their draft. I sent everybody a message just now with particular or more general, information regarding drafts in general, some common errors, oversights, that sort of thing. And actually, it's probably pretty too negative. And then each of you has some comments, suggestions, what was working well, kind of stuff in your individual comment. Make sure, I don't know how familiar you are with Canvas and the comment system, but when you go to look at your essay, there will be a little link in the left 2/3 of the screen where your paper might appear that says something like view comments, I believe, and you need to click that in order to see the comments on your essay itself, as well as the comments on the right-hand side of the screen in that kind of margin. There's comments inserted on everybody's draft to some degree or another, so you want to see those. Otherwise, the feedback will be incomplete for you, so make sure you do that. So there's that. You have a week to revise that, so I gave until midnight. Ooh, I think I said it Sunday, but Monday. So you'll have a week to do your revisions. I will not take any comments from you or questions until tomorrow, so don't ask until tomorrow. If it comes today, I'm just going to write back and say, sorry, you haven't thought about this enough. So I want you to think about things for the day and then come back to me. And it's actually better if you not just think about things, but if I said to try X, Y, and Z, if you try and you get X and Y done, but you get stumped on Z, then send me a message and said, hey, I got your comments and it seemed to be you were saying this, so I did X and then I did Y. But when it came to Z, I just couldn't figure it out. Can you give me some help there? And that way I am much better able to give you useful, helpful feedback so you can improve upon your work and by extension, improve upon your grade a little bit. So do that. If you do revise and your grade goes up, you get the higher grade. So we don't average or anything like that. If your grade goes from 15 to 25, you get 25. I don't see any point in averaging. So that's that. For this week, we are working more on getting going on the final project. You are asked to find 8 sources of various types, and we can talk more about that as we need. And to do a brief analysis of these, this is sort of a preliminary literature review. And so there are a number of things you might do, and this is important. One is, I should look again at the assignment and see what I told you to do. Actually, for this, I didn't say it. But you might go to, if you use Wikipedia, I'm not a anti-Wikipedia person, but you only really want to use Wikipedia as a starting point. At the bottom of each entry on whatever the topic is, there are links to more authoritative, better sources. So if you're going to cite something, excuse me, you don't cite the general Wikipedia page, but you go to the source and find what they say there, make sure it's been represented accurately, and then you cite that source. Similarly, if you don't know what to focus on, and I think I may have said this earlier, go to the talk page of Wikipedia and see what people are discussing, where they disagree on whatever aspect of the issue there is to disagree with, and that will help you kind of narrow your focus. One of the key concerns when I wrote the message last week about topics is that if we don't want to just restate the same old. We don't want to rehash one set of talking points or another, whether it's talking points I agree with or disagree with, that kind of thing. It's a pretty useless exercise intellectually for you, academically in general. We just don't go out there to, in essence, regurgitate something. And so that's why you want to choose a topic that's relatively of value to you, whether personally or hopefully professionally as you move ahead, or educationally, or whatever, because then you can do a good bit of work that is worthwhile. So we're going to finish that up by the end of this week, and then we will give you a week for a formal project proposal, and then we'll do a literature review in the final project, a more formal literature review. Maybe we might skip the more formal literature review and go straight to the project, depending upon how things go with this literature review. Kind of play it by ear. We have, how long do we have? I'm looking at the calendar. Can't find this month. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of 5 weeks to get things done. So I want to give you enough time on your final project to do the necessary work there. So we'll if these literature reviews go well, I won't have you conduct another. We're just going to play that part by ear and see if we can move on. This is a little somewhat different approach than before, so we'll see how it goes. Anyhow. So I think that's it. It's Monday. It's kind of sunny outside, which is nice always. And so if, once again, look at the comments on your summaries and responses. Let me know what questions you have, but give them some thought for a day. Don't just read it and immediately shoot off a note, because I'll just say, why don't you think about it for a day and get back to me after you've given it some thought. Then tell me what you've come up with on your own, and let's see what we can do with that, because I want you to become more independent, and this is one of the ways I foster independence. So I hold you off for a good day. Anyhow, that's it for now. I hope things are going okay. I do hope you have the book, because today this week we're doing something directly out of it again. And so I will see you online. I'll see you online. Bye-bye.